everyone, welcome to part 2 of breaking down the press up. So yesterday we talked about a few different positions and some faults and common errors that we see in the press up. And we also talked about the mechanics of the push up as a background to what the push up is meant to be. So just as a recap, alright, we'll talk about the common faults and the common errors in position. What we commonly see in terms of the error setup looks like this. We see people doing press-ups with their arms at the shoulder height, coming into a press-up like so, with the elbows flaring up as well, okay? And not going through the full range. So what we want to see in the press-up will look something like this, and then we'll break it down. All the way down, up, and up. Alright, so a couple of things we want to think about. Let's talk about a bottom setup first of all. Lying on your front, you want your forearms to be vertical, so that your line of push or your line of force goes straight down, like so. Okay, now the position of your arms doesn't really matter too much as long as your line of force is straight ahead. Okay, so you can go a little bit wider if you want, but once again, your pushing direction should not be at your shoulder level. It should be around nipple or chest level. So this is with a narrower setup. This is with a wider setup. So once again, you can see that the position or the width of the arms does not matter. What matters is the angle of force and the direction of the forearm. Okay, so that's the most common adjustment that we'll do. In terms of progressing that, now if we are unable to do a press up from the ground in its full range, rather than doing a press up with your knees on the ground, which is what we see a lot of common regressions, when we see a lot of exercises like so, what we're going to suggest is that the body likes as little variation as possible. So one pattern for the whole pattern movement in terms of that push-up movement which we talked about yesterday. So, alright, so in order to achieve that one pattern movement of still having the whole body in that push movement and honoring the concepts of irradiation, which is getting tension through the body, what we suggest is regressing in terms of height. Alright, so an example we're going to do is first of all on an elevated surface. So like so, pushing down from here. Now our forearms are still vertical in that pushing force. I'm coming from here. Once that gets a little bit easier, we'll take it up a notch into a lower height. And progress downwards and downwards and downwards. Now lower, maybe a chair and something a little bit lower till we get to the floor. That's our recommended way for regressions of the press up rather than doing on your knees. So have a think about these few concepts. Hopefully they have been quite helpful to you. Have a watch of our video yesterday on part 1 and tell us what you think about part 2 in terms of regressions and corrections of the setup of the press up. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.